Okay, and hopefully this time we are back. Everything looks a-okay. I really do have to apologize to everyone. Right now we are seeing a carry Freya.
Your team is picking. Your
We'll
team
finish
is
off
picking.
what was left undone. muscle of
This land is our homeland, and it will soon
Crowned
be
by
our
heaven's
burial
mandate,
ground.
Is taken.
my legacy shall endure.
Team is dead.
Welcome to the jungle.
Team is dead.
Welcome to the jungle.
Got him lined up in my sights.
Your team is picking.
I see lots. I see lots of prey.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
Okay, looks like we are stable. Oh, that's gonna be the flicker plus the minimal stop. The mirror fury will follow up, and Void Hacker will be the first to fall. Legendary for alias Boo. But over in the backline, Cheesy is still alive, and looks like Sky Guy will be targeting Karma in that backline as Cheesy is able to secure that kill. But over here, maybe in between that wall and the purple buff, and that's gonna be a triple kill for Cheesy. While Basic will be left alone to defend this base. Looks like they're gonna lose all their inhibitor towers, but they are still able to hang on to this game with their crystal just as quarter HP. And Atete, the only man standing in Xenagogue, the next respawn being in 10 seconds, that is Absolution. They should be able to defend this siege that is coming from El Cartel members right now. Yeah, but that's gonna be the Eternal Guard dropped. Yeah, no, they'll be able to defend this quite easily. But looks like Karma might get caught here. He does get caught in that taunt by Conquest, but he drops that traction pulse to secure that kill onto Cheesy. And it will be Cheesy that will fall. Well, over here in the top lane, looks like maybe we'll be able to weave out of the Eternal Guard dropping, but Sky Guy will also be retreating to the base. We have the Lord spawning in a minute, in 30 seconds now. And it looks like this Lord will be going to the team of Xenagogue. Right now, the South Cartel are actually trying to contest this Lord, but looks like Sky Guy will be focusing that backline, but Absolution onto 4 and still surviving. Void Hacker drops to that ultimate coming in from Kun, and looks like Kun will secure that double kill onto Conquest. Cheesy over here trying his best, but it's gonna be maybe to secure that Lord as Sky Guy focuses on Kun in the backline. He manages to get some stacks of Shard of Essence. Oh no, but then he's gonna be caught by a Tete here. He manages to heal, but that's the Furious Dive, but that Sky Piercer stacks will secure the kill. Right now the Lord just spawned, and it is a 2 versus 5. Actually a 2 versus 4 for this defense. This Absolution will be joining that fight in. He has just respawned, but the Lord is already at the base, so it's gonna be up to Kuna, Tete, and Karma for how they're going to do. But that Lord actually just walks straight into that crystal and is swiping. So much damage being dealt by that Lord. Looks like Karma will be trying to get some hits in from outside the turret range, but that's gonna be the Minion Fury use plus that Winter Crown, and Conquest is the first to fall. The Black Dragon form coming in from Sky Guy to focus onto Karma in the backline, but he's gonna be able to survive that. Oh, and Sky Guy just survived with a sliver of HP, but Void Hacker, and that base will fall. Now looks like this will be the first win for Xenagogue in the series. Currently there's a score of 1-1. And we're looking at that Roger pick here. Very skeptical about this pick, but right now we can see that he did do the most damage for his team and also got that MVP performance. So hats off to Cheesy on that one, and we will be moving on to the next game. Okay, let's move on to the band. And let us kick off game 3 of tonight's series. Currently, both teams are going neck and neck, and we can see how they are adjusting for each other in this draft. Banning out that Kimmy, that Karma did perform.
The hunt begins.
Your team is banning.
Only love and night
Your team
are
is
everlasting.
Okay, looks like that's gonna be the Ruby and the Sicilian band outs for the first picks here. For the first bands here in the draft phase. They still got that Leo mode,
I,
but looks like
Minotaur,
Alcatel
finish
will
off
ban
what
out
was
that
left
Minotaur
undone.
over Tete here, but that Leo mode is open. I'm not sure if they're gonna ban that out, or maybe the Freya was already banned in the lobby.
See
No,
value in
instead
me?
they're actually gonna ban out
Your
that
team is
Fredrin.
picking.
We got Leo mode open here. No, instead they're actually
Butterflies
locking
born
in
by
that
my
Zushin.
Guided by lantern's light.
That did slip through the bans here.
It's time to go to the R&D show.
Looks like that's gonna be a Lydia and a Grok
Online.
picked up here as the first
and
picks for
royalty in a
Xenagogue,
dead
and
body.
Cheesy will be taking that Leo mode. Maybe another Gato pick here for Conquest.
Exorcist of the
team is
dragon
picking.
spirit here.
The night sky tells all.
And so that's gonna be
team is
that
banning.
Dragon and Esmeralda face off again in the XP lane. Kind of feels like 2022, where we would see this matchup very often in the pro scene. But for the final bans here, maybe a Clint ban or a Bruno ban. Okay, so it looks like they're gonna go for that Bruno ban. And maybe you see an Irrital, a Beatrix ban, or a Clint ban. There's a bunch of options here. No, instead they actually ban out that Lucas, targeting the pool of maybe here. But maybe he should just lock that Fanny in the jungle. Instead, looks like he might be going back for that Guinevere pick.
What time is it?
No, instead he actually locks in that Joy. Which is a hero that has surprisingly not been used very often in this tournament.
Our cosmic blaze will never be extinguished.
Muscle of iron.
Your
Bones
team
of
is
steel.
picking. Lightning reveals all.
Actually, we've seen a Leslie pick. Okay, so now we have Leslie. We had Roger in the previous game. Now we have Leslie. And it looks like that will be our draft. We do have Dive coming in from Gatokacha as well as that Leo mode and Sky Guy. As well as Claude. There's a lot of Dive in the composition of El Cartel. And they do have Zushin. I don't really know what to categorize her except from AIDS, cancer. Please delete this hero. But then you have Absolution here under Esmeralda. And as well as Joy,
To Mobile Legends.
held by Maybe, so they do have a bit of chart
5
dive
seconds till the enemy reaches the
on their
battlefield.
composition as well.
Smash them.
But the outlier is definitely gonna be this Leslie, as especially in the early game with the amount of dive that they have, is that she's just gonna be poking Void Hacker here to start off the game. But with the amount of dive that they have, this Leslie might be having a hard time in the early game. Oh, looks like Atete was able to block off those minions and give his team a bit of an advantage. Conquest just trying to give a bit of assistance to Void Hacker here, but he does get caught at the wrong side of that wall, but he'll be able to get out swiftly. Sky Guy actually camping this mid lane brush. But looks like Basic will be... Ooh, he gets knocked back. But that's going to be that ultimate coming in from Cheesy here, and that fight will be snuffed out. Looks like Absolution. Ooh. He's just gonna try and be annoying. We got that Lord, that Turtle spawning now. And both experience are yet to reach their level 4. But looks like over here in the turtle, but that's gonna be the Black Dragon form and the Beats of Joy from Maybe here. But Conquest will be the one to use the Steel Bones, and that's gonna be the ultimate coming in from Absolution. But he will get caught by that CC coming in from Basic and uses that sprint to escape. over here in that top lane. It's still gonna be a stalemate, but Karma will quite easily get that gold lane crab. I guess right now, in terms of team fights, LF Cartel has a stronger early game composition. They're gonna have to wait for that Leslie to scale way late into the game, but you can see just Cheesy just bringing out those barrier calls at any given time, always ready for the smoke. But looks like that's going to be the Beats of Joy, and Basic will flicker into safety. Right now, Karma still just trying to hold out those minions there. It looks like he'll be able to successfully keep that from his lane, making sure that he is constantly close to his tower. But Conquest trying to looks like that's going to be the Tectonic Charge in that backline, plus the Beats of Joy to catch onto Cheesy, and he's going to be the first to fall, and that's going to be ultimate from Karma in the backline to try and help. But Conquest will be... looks like Karma walked right into this one. Looks like that's going to be a pause request coming in from both teams, but... that's going to be Sky Guy taking those tower shots, and he will fall. And now that fight is over, well, no, that's the sprint popped. Plus the Beats of Joy to come in here to secure that kill onto Basic. And that's going to be the turtle going to the side of... actually, Conquest securing that turtle. Oh, Absolution ulting that backline, but he will fall there. Alright, and now that those fights are over, we will be granting that pause. Yeah, really, those pause requests were coming in. And looks like we are back, and hopefully there will be no net issues anymore. Looks like the side of Xenagogue. That's going to be Tectonic Charge onto Conquest in the backline, but Atete can't take all those tower shots. And Conquest is able to escape. Ooh, but that's going to be the kill secured onto Void Hacker as that tower will still fall. But over there in that bottom lane, Absolution was taken out. Oh, that's going to be the Barrier call coming in from Cheesy, but maybe we'll be using the Beats of Joy to escape from that. But that's going to be basically caught on the wrong side of that wall, and he activates the Crimson Beacon. Absolution diving onto basic in that tower and the Tectonic Charge to finish off and secure that kill. Those deadly shots coming in from Karma here, and Cheesy, ooh, will be able to clear those minions. Well, looks like this next turtle might just be going to serve Xenagogue, but Absolution in that backline, just really ensuring that the side of El Cartel does not come in to contest that turtle. And this might be the mid lane tower falling down, but looks like the AOG, but Karma flickers out of this range, but he gets pulled back by basic, and that's going to be the Beats of Joy, but it's not going to be enough. There isn't sufficient damage, and he will fall next. Atete using the wall to hold him back, but that's not going to stop Cheesy as he secures the kill and actually still has his life. While the side of El Cartel will stop Absolution from chasing, but the Tectonic Charge onto 2 there in the... But that's not going to lead to any follow-up. Oh, Void Hacker has been caught. The Blazing Duet has been popped. And then Karma will be able to survive that engage from Cheesy. Right now, the Lord is spawning in 10 seconds, and both teams are sort of just taking it easy now. But Kun just constantly getting that vision with those Lydia bombs. Oh, but that looks like the Tectonic Charge onto Conquest in the backline. The AOG will land onto Maybe here, but looks like the Beats of Joy will keep him alive. But over there in the backline, Cheesy securing that kill, and it's gonna be Absolution. But here, Maybe still with a sliver of HP, he falls to basic in that top lane. Or El Cartel will be going for this Lord. Oh, right now that's going to be an engage from Cheesy, but the Tectonic Charge will knock him up and he will not be able to sustain that damage. But Void engaging with that Blazing Duet, but it's going to be Karma, actually the AOG keeping Conquest alive before this Lord defends. Now it looks like it's going to be a Lord assault on South Xenagogue as they will be going, but Sky Guy to catch onto Karma with that Furious Dive, but he's able to use that skill to escape. The Lord is still marching down on that top lane. on the side of Xenagogue will be going to defend that. Right now we're 11 minutes into the game, and Cartel leading with that 4k gold lead. Xenagogue does have a lot of damage on their team coming from this Leslie as well as the Joy, and we're getting to that time of the game where that Leslie will just be really performance with all those little shots. Just gonna be dealing an absurd amount of true damage here. But looks like Conquest will get that taunt onto Atete, but Atete will still fall to that damage coming in from Cheesy. Looks like there's gonna be the Furious dive onto Karma in the backline, but he's able to escape. The little shots not quite enough to drop any bodies here, and it's gonna be a 1-for-0 trade in favor of Cartel. But if we take a look at the items now, you can see that Cheesy is on that 8.6k gold lead. Sorry, 8.6k gold, but looks like Absolution in that backline will pay for being pulled back by Basic there. Right now, the little shots not packing enough damage yet. Leslie still needs to get items. She's currently on her 3rd item. She's about to buy the 4th. Just started buying the 4th. We have that Lord spawning in 15 seconds here. Oh, looks like that's going to be a pause request coming from the side of Cartel. And we will be okay, and we are back to the game. So that Lord has spawned. Cartel will be focusing on putting some pressure, but that's going to be the little shots onto Conquest. But Cheesy will be engaging, and that's the AOG catching Karma, but the blazing duet in that backline, getting that kill onto Atete as well as Cheesy will secure that kill. And it looks like it's going to be Kun falling next as 3 members from Xenagogue will fall to that fight, as Void Hacker will focus on finishing off and taking that Lord. Oh, maybe he is in trouble. The Beat of Joy will not be able to save him. And next is Absolution. Karma has respawned, as well as Atete, so it's gonna be them to gonna have to defend this Lord that's coming. The Lord will be coming in 2 seconds, and maybe is 15 seconds away from being respawned. Right now, that Lord is marching down in the top lane. Looks like it's going to be the AOG to catch onto our Tete here. He still holds onto that Tectonic Charge, but Absolution will be the first to fall. Sky Guy popping out Black Dragon form and focus on Tete in the backline. And Kun will fall next. But looks like Karma will be able to secure that kill onto Sky Guy with the little shots. But he doesn't have... Oh, he's actually able to clear that Lord. And Atete using that wall to block off the other members of El Cartel. They will be able to defend this Lord quite nicely. But Karma will be interrupting that recall from Conquest. And we're getting into the 16th minute mark of this game. Looks like Karma will be going for that Blade of Despair here as his next item to really boost up that Leslie's damage. The Lord will be spawning in 20 seconds. And El Cartel might be able to end this game with this next one. So Xenagogue are gonna wanna contest this Lord. Are they just... Right now, Kun just placing those orbs in that middle lane, but looks like the Lord will be going to that top lane. But at least they'll be able to clear these minions fairly quickly here and defend the Lord next. So right now they are able to defend those minions and focus on that Lord that is marching down. Oh, looks like maybe we'll be going in with the electrifying beat. Doesn't quite follow up. Well, look, basic will be falling, and that's a shutdown going by Karma. It looks like Xenagogue were able to defend this quite easily. Absolution doesn't get that ult onto Sky Guy, but that's going to be the AOG to escape that fight. All right, now taking a look at the items, looks like both Yu Zhong basic have gotten those Galleon helmets. Gotten the Galleon helmet to be able to take those little shots from Karma there. That's gonna help. Because we can already see that 2.3k true damage dealt onto that minion. Oh, looks like those little shots will be, oh, that's gonna be a killing spree onto Conquest. And over in the backline, Absolution will be focusing Cheesy, but there's gonna be the beats of joy coming in from Mlbb, but he will not be able to escape with the electrifying beats as Cheesy will secure those kills. But looks like Sky Guy might be falling here. He falls to Atete, but Void Hacker able to secure that kill onto Kun. And there's trouble because it's only gonna be Atete and Absolution to defend this base. But Void Hacker focusing straight on that base as he shreds it, and El Cartel will claim this game 3. Earning match points on a 2-1. And we can actually see Conquest getting the MVP for this game. Looking at that damage, those damage stats, it is Karma that dealt the most damage for his team as well as basic. Actually, Cheesy did the most for the side of Cartel. But we will be going on to the next game.
Welcome back! The clouds are excited to hear your stories.
Okay, looks like we will be restarting the stream. We'll be back with you guys shortly. We'll be restarting the stream.